Hey guys, I'm Allison. I'm the Pampered Wife. Today's video is going to be another get ready with me. I'm showing how I got this look. I really love it. This is a makeup look I've been wearing a lot lately, and I don't know, I just feel like in these doldrum days of winter, I like a little shine, a little bit of natural, some dewiness. If that interests you, I hope you will continue watching. Of course, I'd love to have you subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs Give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who you think may enjoy it. Let's go ahead and jump in. I already have all my skincare on, my sunscreen. I'm ready to get some makeup on my face. I will start with foundation. I'm not one of those people who's super habitual and doing the same thing all the time. So I put on different things first, sometimes eyes, sometimes lips, sometimes foundation. So this is the Ritual de Fille foundation. It's the 3-drop serum foundation. I'll put my shade on the screen. This is such a small company and the labels are just glued onto products. It came off, or it was starting to come off, annoying me so much that I pulled it off. It is a beautiful foundation. You don't need to shake it, but if you don't use it very often, you do need to shake it because it's all natural ingredients and they'll start to separate a teeny bit. It is one of those that you press the bottom. I'm not crazy about this system because it doesn't always work. Like the sticker fell off. This is a sticker that says press me, and the sticker fell off one time, and then I couldn't get it to work when I pressed the little button, when I pressed it. And then I found the sticker, shoved the sticker back on, and somehow it started to work again. I don't know if it's just that extra layer that made it work better or what, but anyway, I love this foundation. I believe it's scented, or has a scent to it, I should say. Depending on how much I use, it's more of a skin tint. It does some blurring and perfecting, but you can still see my skin through it. I really enjoy the texture and the natural ingredients and just the finish. It has a little bit of a glow to it, but I wouldn't call it dewy at all. It's just a natural skin-like finish. Maybe I'll go in and add more in a little bit, but right now I'm really pleased with it. Sometimes I use my fingers to spread it out. Sometimes I use a brush. Today I use the BK Beauty 101 brush. It's just a densely packed, short-haired brush. Next, what makes sense to me is concealer. And this is an oldie but goodie. And you may know, or probably not, I have decided this year, like so many people, to try to waste less. And I go through these phases, but this is where I'm living right now. I'm not repurchasing unless I need to, or it's something so different from what I have that it could make sense to add to my collection. And the things that I have, I've really narrowed down. I've tailored everything in my collection down. I've given away so much that what I have now are things I genuinely like to use just for me all the time. And this is one of my favorites. It's the Jane Iredale concealer. I'll put the name on the screen, but it does have SPF, which I love about it. Just to get it out easier, I roll it down and then clip it. I like this way better than one of those aluminum containers that you use a key. The key never works for me. Not that you'd use a key on this. I don't have any of those products right here, but I can't stand those. I love this product. It doesn't come in many shades. I have the shade number 1. I believe there's a shade 0, and I'll put it on my hand just so you can see. It's a bit peachy, and I do think that's one of the reasons it works for me, is because the peach cancels out some of the color underneath my eyes. It's more skin-like, or blends in with my natural coloring of my skin much better. And of course, I love the sun protection under and around my eyes. We can never get enough of that. It's sort of a whipped cream texture. Sometimes I use my fingers. Today I am using a Sephora brush. This is the Sephora Corrector number 57, and I like this because it's just a dense brush that's fairly small that fits within the nooks and crannies of my eyes, especially the inner corners, and I just pretty much press the product in, and then we'll do some light buffing. I love the finish of this. It's a natural finish. I think it looks and wears beautiful. I've never, literally never, heard another person talk about this product, and I think it's fantastic because of the SPF. And let me come closer so you can see the finish. It's pretty much the only concealer I reach for regularly throughout the past few years. It's one that I've repurchased. I believe this is my 3rd one, which is actually a lot when you consider how many other concealers I have and how many other products I use. So the fact that I've repurchased it, yeah, this is at least my third one, I'm positive. Speaks volumes to it. I feel like my skin looks pretty evened out. I don't know, around my nose is always a little red. Maybe at this point we'll do brows and then we'll do eyes. So for brows, I'm just using up products I have still. This has lasted again forever, years. I mean, I don't know if it's gone bad, but I'm using it. This is a PYT Brow Pencil. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because PYT has closed its doors and I don't even know that this is available anymore. This was a very popular product. This is how much I have left. And for me, it's just, a lot of it is about the shade. It's a cool brown, taupey cool brown, so we'll whiz through this. Actually, I will talk about it a little bit because this could apply to a lot of other products. One of the things that I love about it is that it is like a crayon. It's waxy and I can just scribble it on, and then I'm gonna go in a minute and put some brush strokes in with the other side of the applicator, but it's a nice waxy texture, easy to, again, scribble on and scribble in, and it's not too soft that it just disappears or the product disappears quickly. The product lasts such a long time in the sense of me using it every day for a very long time, as well as it does wear really well. And then on the other end, which so many of these products have, it has a spoolie, and to me the spoolie is absolutely essential. I do like some spoolies better than others. This isn't my absolute favorite. I like a really firm, dense spoolie, but this one is perfectly fine. Because it's a larger spoolie, it's so easy to whisk through the brows quickly, get those hair-like strokes because of the soft, waxy formula of the crayon, and I did this quickly and with a not up close mirror and just super easy. That's what I'm looking for in my products. My brows definitely don't match in shape. I don't even try anymore. I try to make them look native on my face, but they don't match at all. The shapes were always a little different, and then I had a laser facial that took off part of this brow, and now they definitely don't have the same shape. This one is not nearly as full, and the way the laser removes some of the hair, it really emphasized the difference in shapes. So this is where we are. I'm 51, and I'm just not gonna stress about it. By the way, all the products I use will be linked in the description box down below with the shade names, and I will put a substitute for this. The one I'm thinking of putting is not actually the same type of tip as this, but I do love the Merit 1990 Brow Gel Pencil, whatever they call it. It's really great. You can make more hair-like strokes, and I love that one, but it is softer, and you definitely will go through that product a lot faster than this one, so it's not as reasonable price-wise given how much you'll go through it as quickly, but it is readily available at Sephora, and I do really like that product. I'll think if I can link any others that I really love as well. Already my dog wants to go for a walk. Of course, when I film, he's ever present. This necklace always tangles, but that's okay. It's part of its charm. The South Node is in Virgo right now, which means we're letting go of perfectionism. Have you found that in your life, that you're just starting to be more okay with things a little more imperfect? Like my brows bothered me. I mean, they still bother me, but they used to really bother me, especially when I did videos and would edit the footage. Now I'm more accepting of this, at least for the time being. We'll see in 18 months when the nodes move signs how I feel, but this is astrology talk. You'll get that sometimes in this. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is go into the eyeshadow. I don't typically remember to use my eyeshadow primer. This is my all-time favorite, the Alima Pure eyeshadow primer. I love this stuff. If you find it, buy it because it sells out. I mean, it's available for about a day, and I usually buy it from Integrity Botanicals is where I get it. It is tinted a little bit pink, but I think that's just more to get rid of any color because on my eyelid, it doesn't really add any, well, maybe it does. Huh. Maybe I could just wear that as makeup. It sort of is a little illuminating and the shade is quite nice, but I'm using it today as a primer. And this lasts a long time too because this is how much I use per eye, like the teeniest little amount. So how are you guys doing? Are you feeling all this crazy energy? I know I've talked about this every video lately, and that's why I didn't get a video out. Well, that's not why I didn't get a video out last week. Last week, again, my son came to visit. He had a friend visiting from New Zealand. Actually, the friend recently moved to New Zealand with his family, and now he's gonna go to college there. And of course, the seasons are opposite, so it's just beginning the fall semester soon. So my son drove in from college to see his friend, and it was just so nice. And so my son was here, like, got him Friday, spent Saturday with his friend, left Sunday morning. Okay, I'm going in with this Kjaer Weis cream eyeshadow. I will put the shade on the screen because this is refillable packaging, very heavy, very luxe, really pretty, and it slides open. And this product is well loved. It's a taupey color. It's not a wet cream product. It feels more like a dry cream once you get it on your eye. Again, it has that sheen that I'm always looking for on my eyes, but it blends in really nicely. It's sort of a non-color if you shear it out some, and just looks like something really pretty and natural. And that to me is perfect for every day. And I just use my fingers for this. I have used a brush. You want to use a synthetic brush with anything like this. All your cream products, you want to use a synthetic bristle brush. Powder products do better with a natural bristle, but since this is a cream, I'm just using my finger here. I really don't need a mirror, but I do have one, so I'm going to use it. And I just press it into my eyelid. I tap, and I may need more. It's just pretty. It's very subtle. It does wear surprisingly well. I'm just getting more over here. And the color is what it is. It doesn't really build up, at least not on my skin tone. Maybe if I were paler, lighter skin, it would, but I think it is a gorgeous everyday shade. Something's definitely there. I do look like I've put in effort, but it's nothing that's going to call attention or make me look made up. And I feel like it really goes with the skin I have going on. And it's just an elegant product. Kjaer Weis is an elegant, high-end brand, and this product is a great representation of it. Also, their shades tend to be more like this, a something there, but not too much, and I really appreciate that as well. I don't know if it's because the founder, I don't know if she was older when she founded it, like 40s, which is, you know, for a skincare brand or a makeup brand, I feel like it's all geared towards such younger people, but I believe she was a little older. All the products really seem to work well for someone my age or me. So I don't know if I finished talking about my son, because you all want to know about my son, I know. Basically what I was going to say is when he left Sunday, he was sick. He woke up that morning, he'd been fine all weekend, woke up achy, all the things, and had an 8-hour drive ahead of him. So we loaded him up with ibuprofen and he left, and he's been sick ever since. He's tried to go to the health center. You need an appointment, which that was never a thing, of course, when I was in college. Very interesting. And then he's gone to not the emergency care. There was a 3-hour wait, so he left. That was yesterday. And then I spoke to him this morning. He played basketball last night. He said he's just gonna ignore it because he's sick of dealing with it. So I guess he feels okay that he's able to do that. Do you remember those days we could bounce back like that? Now I sneeze twice and I get into bed. I'm done. We'll see about the eye. I love this from Ritual Defeat. It's called Intuition. It's this grayish purpley shade. I think it's so beautiful and I want to use it all the time. And it's a cream, when you feel it, it just feels so nice. I mean, look at it in there. It's such a neat color. Here it is, and I'll put it next to the eyeshadow that I have really blended out. And there is the Ritual Defeat. And so I've been putting this in my crease. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. How can I not? And I do like that Ritual Defeat has a mirror. I know it's not as eco-friendly, and we've been going away from mirrors in compacts for that reason. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's so subtle. I can hear my dog smacking his lips. He's trying to get my attention. Oh, I feel bad. Okay. Because this is another fun one that I've been loving. So I recently went to Sephora and got another CL cream blush. SPF 50 blush, broad spectrum 50 sunscreen. I guess they don't call it a cream blush, and it actually is a liquid blush. I got the shade June, which is really an odd choice seeing how deep this shade is, and it is reflected correctly on the bottom of the box. But one, I desperately wanted another shade. I love these blushes, and I only have one in the shade Bahati, which is perfection, but I still wanted another one. And two, I'm constantly on the hunt for a bronzer. My favorite bronzer of all time is the RMS Baruti bronzer, the cream version, not the powder. Such a fabulous shade. It is a reddish shade, and I just love it for my skin tone. but I'm always wanting to try something new, and I don't just want to go back and get that one again, even though it's gorgeous and I love it and I still remember it all these years later that I haven't repurchased it. This reminds me of that. It doesn't look like it in the container here when I hold it up or necessarily when I put it on my face, but it does have a bit of a red tint to it, and it's sheer enough when I put it on that it does work as a bronzer. It imparts a beautiful sheen, glow to my cheeks. It also gives the warmth that I'm looking for. It also has that extra sun protection that I'm always looking for. And the places that we put bronzer are all the places that the sun would hit our face where we could use some extra protection. So I think it's a win-win. What do you think? Between a blush and a bronzer, could be a blonzer. I am also gonna put the teeniest bit around my jaw because again, this is where I would put bronzer or contour. Down the side of my neck. And even across my nose, although I think I've not gotten any product left. I don't have any product left on here anyway. Sometimes I'll put it in my eyes, especially in the crease or on my eyelids. Not today. I just wanted to share that with you. Keep in mind, all your products are pretty much multi-use. Use them however you want. You've paid for these, you've bought these. These are yours to play with. Just because it has a label or a name on it doesn't mean it's only for that one purpose. You know, just because this is labeled blush doesn't mean I can't use it as a bronzer. I am still going in with blush, and I've got another Ritual de Fille product here. You know I love my Ritual de Fille. I'm always wanting to use their products because they are beautiful and fun. I just always want to incorporate them because they're a joy to use. This is the shade Glasswing. It is this gorgeous, plummy, grape jelly kind of shade that I am so drawn to. Of course you can sheer it out. Actually, I am gonna use a brush, and I've ordered a new BK Beauty brush because their blush brush that I use is big, and I want a smaller one, so I believe I've ordered the mini version of this. This is the BK Beauty 107, and I do love it, but it's just too much, too big. So I'm going in with the Real Techniques. I usually use this for powder actually, but I'm just gonna bounce that in here, and it does smell like lavender. I'm just gonna put that on my cheeks to add some coolness so that the eyes, just to tie the eye shade back in to the rest of the look, and I like blush. You can totally sheer this out, get that popsicle kind of stain, you know, that popsicle lip kind of sheer stain, but on your cheeks. Watercolor is the word I'm looking for. Watercolor effect. And then you see how purple my lips are. Like, I feel like my lips just look like I put something on them, but I did not, except before the video started, I did put on the Kypris lip balm that I'm so in love with, and I think a lot of it is just the neroli aromatherapy I get from putting it on. Well, plus I love it. I mean, there are other reasons. I've talked about this so many times. Let me know what you think of these rambling videos. I had a really hard time coming up with a video to do because I knew what I wanted to do, but I just didn't feel like talking about that. I was gonna do my evening skincare routine, and I will do it. I just wasn't motivated to do it. I kept sitting down to do it and sitting down to do it. First, maybe I need to film it at night when I'm actually taking off my makeup and doing all the things. And second, those videos, I like to talk about skincare ingredients, and they just require a little more research. So that's how we ended up with this. But I think it's pretty, and I really like it. And I love a sheen on my eye, the natural looking but flushed skin. This is an eyeliner from 100% Pure. It's a silver. It goes with a cool tone look so nicely. I've been on a quest for years, and I go back and forth on a quest for eyeliner that I can wear that isn't black or too harsh, and this one has been fitting the bill. So I'm just gonna put a little bit along my upper lash line to about the center of my eye. And then I'm also putting some under my waterline or under the lower lash line. And then I've gone in and drawn a sort of wing, which I will now blend a little bit. So I'll just use my finger because it is quite creamy. And I have the cream products on already on my eyelid. I don't think I have made it all disappear, but it definitely incorporated it into the look more. And maybe added just a little bit of definition around my eyes. I don't always curl my lashes, but I am going to quickly curl my lashes. Isn't it amazing the difference makeup looks? I started getting ready and was like, okay, let's get something on my face. I need something on my face. And now here I am, I have a little bit on. I'm like, oh, isn't this fun? I can't wait to start my day. Truly, that's what's happened. Okay, I'm still enjoying the Sochi Clean Tubing Mascara in the shade Black. Every day it seems to look a little bit different. It can be a little bit clumpy now that I've had it for a little while. It's a wetter formula. I'm only going in with one layer today. You really can build this up nicely. And I've mentioned before, it really is waterproof, and yet it does remove easily with warm water. Maybe in my evening skincare routine, I'll show you how I remove it so easily and how you should remove any tubing mascara probably. So this is that. Now we're not finished yet, even though we are, well, I could easily be finished, of course, but I mean, why? When there's more stuff to play with, why would I be finished, right? First, I'm going in with the Live Tinted Brow Gel. This does hold nicely. It's not my favorite. One thing is I really don't like these double-sided wands. I just feel like they're there to mess me up. There's no real rhyme or reason for me for which side I use because I don't notice that one side works better than the other, and it's just annoying, so I just completely ignore it and use whichever side I happen to use and put that on, and that's how it goes. I'm getting some things out of the way here because we've already put all these on my face and I don't need to be distracted by them. I didn't shower this morning and I have this flat spot back here. Okay, let's pretend like that's not happening. Now I am going in with the Mob Beauty lip liner in the shade 1990. That's interesting. Wasn't the Merit brow called 1990 or is it 1999? I may have said that wrong, but this is definitely 1990, and it's, for me, a nice neutral pinky shade, maybe even a brownish shade, but when I put it on my lips, you'll see it acts sort of as a contour because my lips are so pink. See how my lips turn down at the corners? So I intentionally don't put any lip liner there. I start here because I don't want to emphasize over here, and I feel like it kind of does get emphasized anyway. I don't want any product seeping in there to make my lips more turned down. It's just a little tip if that's useful to you. And then I already had lip product on, some lip moisturizer, lip balm, and so once I get the lip pencil on, my lips are already smooth and they have a bit of a sheen to them. I just rub my lips together, and that is the color that I have been loving lately, is just the Mob Lip Liner 1990 with my natural shade of lips. I don't color in the center here or here, like down here. I just do the outline and then color a little inside the outline of my lips so that my lips might look fuller because the middle part is a little lighter or brighter. And then as the day goes on, I will definitely put on either a clear lip gloss on top of it, maybe something a little pink, like the Gisou Watermelon Lip Gloss is beautiful and I'm loving. Of course, I love my St. Jane lip gloss in Alchemy, and I still love the Say lip gloss in Bounce or Bouncy. It's basically the exact shade of my lips. It's very comfortable. These are all long lasting. They're all different textures and I love all of them. I am very happy with my lip gloss situation right now. I mean, I have to, while on camera at least, I could definitely use powder through here. This bothers me a lot. But you know what I'm gonna say. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know what's happening. You don't know which one, but you know we're getting to highlighter because it's a day ending in Y. I gotta use the highlighter. This is one I don't use often. This is a Westman Atelier highlighter. It's the Super Loaded Tinted Highlighter. I have the shade Peau de Rose. I always thought it was Peau de Rose, but it has the accent on the end. When I got this, I thought it was a blush. I knew it as Peau de Rose, and I thought it was a blush. And when I got home, I was like, this is really a highlighter. Well, it really is a highlighter. All of Westman Atelier's packaging is so luxe and gorgeous and heavy, not refillable, which I'm surprised after all this time she hasn't come out with refillable packaging. I really thought that would be soon to follow. But it's all kind of a pain in the ass to open, except for her like highlighter or contour stick. You have to shove your nail in here. It's not that you have to shove it so hard, it's that you have to get just the right spot. I usually drop it, but I didn't this time. But then it's lovely, and again, still luxe and beautiful. There's even a little heart. Oh my gosh, that's a heart in my room. Okay, let's see if I can, there it is, there's the heart. So it's just fun and luxe and beautiful, and you know, the kind of thing you would gift someone, I feel like, to a real makeup lover. So this is Peau de Rose, not Peau de Pêche. Peau de Pêche is peach, and this is rose, and I will put this. I think you can see why I thought it was a blush instead of a highlighter. It actually has some sparkles in it, which you can see in the light, and that surprised me because this is another line of makeup and products that I think of being as more natural looking, but that's okay. I still really enjoy it. And this is a silky cream. This one, yeah, it's silky is the best way I could think of to describe it. It definitely is not a balm. It doesn't stay sticky. It melds into the skin. And so I just put that on the high points of my cheeks. I like to do the brow bone, and that's really about the only place I put it. Part of that depends on the shade, because otherwise maybe I would put it on the tip of my nose, although I don't need that kind of emphasis, or I will put it above my eyebrows just because that's where the light naturally hits on the shape of my forehead. But with this shade, I really don't do that, especially with the sparkles. I avoid the crease, the smile lines outside my eyes. I do not need emphasis. I don't need extra product gathering in those lines. I don't think you can see it on camera, the little sparkles. And the final step is my Cali Ray Surf Proof Setting Spray. Smells like the beach, coconutty, really beautiful, a fine mist, such a joy to use. It really does smell like being at the beach. Oh my gosh, I planned a beach trip. So now we have 2 tickets to Belize, and I'm very excited. I cannot wait. How are you guys doing with this winter weather? I feel like even though we've had some warm, sunny days, I want to feel the sun on my skin. I will wear my sunscreen, but I don't even want to. I just want to feel the sun on my skin turning brown. I miss that. I crave it right now. So I am so excited. By the way, nothing to do with this video, but it does have to do with this conversation since I am going to the beach. I have stopped using my retinol, anything retinol, around my eyes, on my face, my body lotion, because you're just asking for sun damage if you're using something like retinol and then going in the sun. So that's an FYI. I hope you like today's look. I really like it. I'm loving it. I think it's a everyday, really pretty, sophisticated look. Skin-like, my skin looks alive and shiny, or not shiny, but you know, alive and youthful with all the dew. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you're doing this winter. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye. Ready for your walk? Oh, are you mad at me? You ready?